Can I be seen? Am I seen? I think there's... Yeah. There. I think I'm... yeah. Close enough. Yeah. Hi. Well. Wow, I'm really camera shy. This isn't the. Meh. Hi YouTube. My name is Andy. Yeah. Cool. So this is my first YouTube video. I don't know if any of y'all saw my last YouTube video, which was a cat montage. It was just kind of like my way of practicing around, also kind of like a cool little advertisement for my upcoming YouTube video, except I didn't really publicize it because it was just me being silly and putting together my experiences at this cat cafe, which was super cool, by the way. If any of you have ever been to a cat cafe, you know what I'm talking about. So this is my YouTube channel that doesn't have a name or isn't really well planned out, but it's going to be something really awesome. Maybe. Yeah. I'm very bad at looking at the camera. I think the camera's also bad at looking at me. So I made this channel because I'm trying to like not be like stuck in my apartment all day, or like to force myself to not be stuck in my apartment all day, every day. So I figured like I would start a YouTube channel so I could get out and see New York and talk about the things that I'm doing in New York and talk about really cool places in New York that are really cool and cool things that are going on. Some things that are free, some things maybe not so free, some things that are just like really awesome. It's also like 1:30 in the morning right now because I'm really bad at keeping a regular sleep schedule, and so I'm all set into a sublet, which I'm at till the end of this month, and then at the end of this month I have to like pack everything up, and I'll be moving out again and into another place, which will hopefully be my like permanent home for the next year at least, with a good friend from college, if she decides that she wants to live with me still in the next couple of weeks. So all of that's happening. Yeah, it's really hard for me to like look at the camera and not at the screen with me because I can see myself, which, yeah, but I came from the DC area. I was living in Northern Virginia for the past 5 years. New York's been pretty cool. I recently got a job at a candy shop. The candy shop's really cool, the people I'm working with is really cool, the owner's really cool. So like each day that I've gone to my job, I've gotten lost. So I've just been like, I'll be like walking in a direction and I'm like, oh wait, shouldn't I be like somewhere closer to my place right now? And I end up like 10 streets off. It's horrible. I'm just kind of like go with what I think are the correct directions, and I'm like, well, I'll just take a right here. Like, oh, oops, I did that like 3 streets too far, no wonder I can't find the place. And I keep looking at the directions again, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going. Oh, you can't do that. So yeah, I decided I wanted some decoration, so now you can see my Super Nintendo over here and my Super Mario World game. I'm what I at least call a retro gamer, so a lot of the video games that I tend to play are on my PlayStation 1 or my Super Nintendo, and yeah. So the reason why I really moved here is because I want to go to graduate school for bilingual school counseling. But because I plan on applying to local universities, I'm going to wait a year until I get residency in New York, and then I'll be able to apply to local universities for a lot cheaper. However, like, I plan to be here like somewhere between the next 6 and 10 years, so that's where that's going. So because this is a sublet, I haven't really unpacked most of my stuff. So everything's just in boxes right now. In fact, the whole stand that the camera's on is actually just boxes of packed things. It's boxes of packed things. So that's that. A pair of my gym shorts on the floor. All of this is just like packed up. There's a cardigan of mine, my ukulele, laptop bag, closet full of other containers, a towel, ironing board. Everything's kind of a mess right now. All that mostly has to do with that I haven't unpacked anything. I don't really have any like shelving or space to put stuff. Okay. So one of the things I did in DC before I left was I went to a cat cafe, and the cat cafe was called Crumbs and Whiskers. Super cool cafe. Has a lot of cats that are like up for adoption. As well, I have allergies, so I just kind of like medicate up and then go out and play with the kitties. It's great. I don't know if anyone else does it, but I just kind of like rubbing my face in a cat, which is kind of a weird statement to make. But it's just like, oh, a kitty, let me just rub my face in you. Yeah. So I went to the Building Museum in DC before I left, and they have this exhibit called The Beach, which is basically like a big ball pit for adults. So it's super cool. If you're in DC right now, that's something that you should definitely do because the installation's only temporary. And I think it ends September 7th. So if you want to look that up, go to it. I definitely recommend it. It was a lot of fun. Like, I think some people are like, oh, how fun can a ball pit be? But really, like, you just haven't been in a ball pit in a really long time. You don't understand how difficult they are to climb through and swim through. When you're playing with friends, it's a big party. It's like super cool and super fun. So yeah, that's definitely something that's really awesome to do. It's in the Building Museum, and if you get tickets for it, you also get tickets for like the whole museum as well. I recommend getting the tickets beforehand, buying them online first or something, because it's kind of a first come first served thing. So if you get there, you don't have tickets, then you're kind of like not gonna get in, most likely, because there's just like super long lines, unless you get there like really early in the day. So one super cool thing I did when I got here is I went to the Morgan Library and Museum. I was actually there for the Alice in Wonderland exhibit that they have going on because I really like Alice in Wonderland. What you can do is on Fridays they have a free exhibit from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and you can go in and go to whatever exhibits are in the library / museum at that time. And the Alice in Wonderland exhibit kind of shows you the history of the Alice in Wonderland books, of Lewis Carroll's writing, and of like what the books are based around and stuff like that. I was actually really surprised to learn that he wasn't on drugs when he wrote the book, supposedly. That's a thing. So, but overall it's a super cool exhibit. If you like Alice in Wonderland like I do, you'll probably really like it. So I definitely recommend going. Yeah. I'm currently in Brooklyn. There's a lot of free things going on in Brooklyn over the summer, so I definitely recommend checking those out. I'll post a link in the description thingy below that kind of shows the 100 free things in Brooklyn. I think that a lot of them have already passed, but there's still some cool things going on, like movie nights, and I think some places have like concert venues and stuff like that. So definitely check that out. if you're in New York and you're looking for something to do. I'm planning on hitting up some of those places, so maybe I'll bump into some other people there. Other than that, yeah, cool. I made a YouTube video.